So we talk about the high price of motorcycles or recalls on the motorcycles or whatever with Harley Davidson, and as if that's their problem. That's not their problem. They've got a much bigger problem, and I'll tell you what it is. Stick around. Hey everyone, welcome back to Bob's Garage. If this happens to be your first time here, thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Please do me a favor, subscribe, share. Everybody says the same thing every time. But if you could watch the video till the end, I'll try to keep it brief, but it does help the algorithm and get the video out to more people so more people can watch it. And I do appreciate that. So yeah, I did a video this past Monday because I didn't do one last week because it was just too freaking cold to get out in the garage. Where today it's not too bad. But yeah, I did one on Monday about the supposed price increase, which really there wasn't. And I did not, Gary, my buddy Gary, who is a subscriber and a friend, um, I totally forgot that not only was the 2023 just as expensive as the 2025, but you had to add $1,100 to get RDRS, which is now standard, and you had to add $1,000 surcharge from Harley Davidson. So the 2023s were more than the 2025. So forget out this whole price increase, but we covered that already. That's old news. Let's talk about Harley's real problem. I went into my local dealer just yesterday to order a part, just a something little cap to hide some of the wires. It was $2.36, something stupid, which blew my mind because usually you can't get out of there without spending $100, but this part was cheap. So as I'm looking around the store, there was no one there. A few employees, but customer-wise, really nobody there. And I walked back to Motor Clothes just because I wanted to say hi to the folks that I knew, but they weren't there. Apparently, they've moved on. There's new folks there that I did not recognize. But I took a look at a couple of items that I thought were kind of nice. There was this really sharp-looking hat that I loved. It was $40 for a hat. Now the hat, just without any graphics, without any embroidery, you could probably buy that hat wholesale for like $3 or $4. So is the embroidery that they do really worth that much? I mean, to make it $40 for a hat? A hat. I mean, come on. Then I looked at this really nice sweatshirt. It wasn't a hoodie. It was just a sweatshirt. Black with the Harley logo. It was $85 for a cotton sweatshirt. Now I can go to Walmart and get a cotton sweatshirt without anything on it for like $9.99. Why? That's Harley's real problem. They're pricing people out of the market when it comes to their clothing, their accessories, their parts. Parts are ridiculously expensive. And everybody says, well, why are you buying your stuff on Amazon? Because it's just as good quality, but it's so much less money than what Harley charges. I mean, when it comes to adding a backrest to your motorcycle, you can go on to Amazon and you can buy the whole backrest, the pad, the bracket, everything that goes together, all at one for like $60. You go to Harley, you got to buy the upright, you got to buy the pad, it's three pieces that are all like $100. And it's, who wants to spend all that money for the exact same thing? Yeah, it's made in China. You know what? Most of this crap's made in China, whether it says Harley or not. I don't care. The bikes are assembled here. A lot of these parts that are on this bike come from China. I don't even care. But the price is absolutely ridiculous for anything with the word Harley on it. So, you know, I have, it's no Harley hat today, no Harley shirt today. It's not that I'm boycotting them. I'm not boycotting them in any way. That makes no sense to me. I've never gotten into the whole boycott thing, but I'm just not buying it because I'm not stupid. I'm not going to waste my money. Now, if there's something on a clearance rack, maybe I'll consider buying that. But to go spend $40 for a hat or $85 for a sweatshirt or $35 for just a thin cotton t-shirt, it makes no sense to me. And as long as people are paying it, they're going to keep charging it, and it won't change. And look, I'm not naive. I know that me not buying that stuff is not going to make a difference. They're not going to lower their prices. They did send me a survey though. Harley sends me surveys all the time. Most of the time, it's related to motorcycles, what I like, what I don't like, color-wise, engine-wise, all kinds of stuff. But this particular survey that I got earlier this week was related to the company overall. And they asked me for comments about what my biggest flaw was with Harley Davidson. And I told them, the average person can't afford to go into the Harley store and buy a hat, t-shirt. I mean, it used to be you'd go into a town, you go to the Harley store, you pick up a hat and t-shirt, spend $50 for the two and go home. You can't do that now. I mean, they're pricing themselves out of out of the market. And then companies will make, the stuff, you can go on Amazon and buy a Harley t-shirt that's really not from Harley, and people say, oh, you're buying this bootleg stuff, because people can afford it. Harley, you're getting so greedy. It's a shame. And I'm not trying to be a Harley apologist. And I like the company, but you're making a huge mistake in alienating your customers, and they can't, we just can't afford to buy the stuff that we want to buy to support the brand. It's getting out of hand. It's getting ridiculous. I mean, I remember when hats were 25 bucks, I thought, man, that's a lot for a hat. Then it was 30, then 35, now 40. Where does it end? I mean, it makes no sense to me. And then when you do find something on clearance, usually it's something old or just it's crap. So I don't know. People apparently are buying this stuff. I guess I'm in the minority, because when I was there a few weeks ago and people were coming out with bags of shirts and hats. I mean, I guess people are buying. They must have more money than I do. I'm not going to spend that much just because it has the word Harley Davidson on it. I'm not going to. Same thing when it comes to the shirt, Dixon flannel. I love Dixon flannels. I've got their hats. I've got their shirts. They make the best flannel shirt on the market, bar none. I don't care. They are the best. And when they have a new release, it's like $59.99. Now, that's what I paid for this one, just because it was the Guns N' Roses, my favorite band. I wanted the shirt. But normally, the other Dixons that I have, I wait till they go on sale for like $29. And it's still a Dixon, but it saves me $30. So, it just makes sense to me to try to save money whenever I can on stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, they're high quality shirts and maybe they're worth 60, but to me, they're not. They're worth 30, and I'm okay paying that. But Harley Davidson, come on, guys. Help your customers out here. We want to support the brand. We're basically advertising for you, showing off shirts, hats with your brand. We're advertising it for you, and you're charging us an astronomical amount to do that. Think about it. It makes no sense. So lower your prices, help us out a little bit. We want to endorse your products, but man, you're making it tough. Anyway, enough for my rant. Thank you for coming along for the ride, Harley Davidson. Let's get our act together, lower some prices. We would appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one.